Miss GoElectric here. Happy holidays! Today is Sunday, December 21st, 2025, and this is The Current, your weekly EV news in about 10 minutes. The California Department of Motor Vehicles has issued a warning to Tesla, threatening a 30-day suspension of the company's vehicle sales in the state unless it corrects what regulators call misleading marketing of its autopilot and full self-driving features. An administrative law judge ruled this week that Tesla violated state law by using terms that falsely imply its driver assistance systems enable fully autonomous operation, when they actually require constant human supervision. The decision stems from accusations filed by the DMV in 2022 to 2023, amid broader scrutiny of Tesla's autonomous driving claims from federal regulators and lawsuits linked to crashes involving the features. The Department of Motor Vehicles adopted the ruling but modified the penalties, giving Tesla 60 to 90 days to comply, primarily by altering or removing references to autopilot before any sales ban takes effect. Californians buy more than 30% of all EVs sold in the United States, with over 2.5 million sold there so far. More than half of all EVs on American roads today are Teslas, highlighting the importance of access to that market. Tesla responded defiantly on X, stating that sales in California will continue uninterrupted, and describing the case as a consumer protection order focused on terminology with no individual customer complaints cited. Compliance appears to be a matter of editing text. We'll follow up if this matter is not resolved. We led our show last week with the news that Ford Motor Company was dissolving their partnership with SK On for battery production. We reiterated the October news of the indefinite F-150 Lightning production pause and the uncertainty around its resumption. We now have certainty. Ford has officially discontinued the all-electric pickup truck and canceled several upcoming pure EV models, including the model's successor, a next-generation full-size electric pickup codenamed T3, and a commercial electric van in the US market. Last summer, we reported about how the company also scrapped a 3-row electric SUV intended for Canadian production. Ford's new plan is to add an engine, gas tank, and tailpipe to the next-generation Lightning, copying the playbooks of the Scout Terra Harvester and Ram 1500 Rev. The move enables the company to reduce tax liability with the early incurment of $19.5 billion in special charges, largely tied to asset write-downs and the dissolution of the battery joint venture. It is redirecting over $5 billion in capital towards traditional hybrids, plug-in extended-range electric vehicles, and profitable gas-powered models. Ford now aims for gasoline hybrids, EREVs, together with pure EVs, to comprise 50% of global sales by 2030, up from 17% in 2025. With this news, Ford also said they would be launching a new battery energy storage solutions business, repurposing cell supply they'd arranged for their now canceled EVs. EV battery plants in Kentucky and Michigan will produce lithium iron phosphate cells and large-scale systems targeting data centers, utilities, and residential applications, with initial shipments expected in 2027 and annual capacity reaching at least 20 gigawatt-hours. They will be leveraging their partnership with Chinese battery giant CATL, which allows Ford to manufacture LFP cells using CATL's expertise and processes. In this case, Ford fully owns and operates the plants, as it is strictly a technology licensing and service deal. The broader picture highlights challenges in Ford's EV push. Ford F-150 Lightning sales remained modest, with around 25,000 units sold in 2025, far below the gas and hybrid F-150 models, which have dominated the F-Series lineup as America's best-selling truck for 48 years, with over 750,000 annual units in recent years. Edmunds listings show more than 1,400 unsold F-150 Lightnings in stock throughout the nation, despite production having stopped months ago. Ford has also faced quality scrutiny, issuing a record-breaking number of recalls in 2025, over 100 campaigns affecting millions of vehicles, surpassing previous annual highs and exceeding the combined totals of the next several US automakers, according to NHTSA data. This continues a trend where Ford has frequently led or ranked near the top in recalls since 2020 when Farley took over as CEO, including a $165 million NHTSA penalty in 2024 for compliance issues. While Ford doesn't explicitly report a single recall cost in line items, in their 2024 financial reports, their warranty costs, which encompasses recalls, were nearly $6 billion. The company is on track for similar warranty costs in 2025. Though Ford's second generation of mass-market EVs has been largely abandoned, they could be on the right track for their third attempt. As we reported back in August, their universal EV platform is entirely new and designed by a separate team in California. Their focus is on an EV with greatly reduced labor content, parts and process simplification, and improved operating efficiency, which lowers battery pack costs. They've got a new architecture and are using a new production method. CEO Jim Farley has stated they're on track to achieve their target of price parity with China's best affordable EVs, even with US manufacturing premiums considered. Ford's first EV for the US on the new platform is expected in 2027. Retooling of the Louisville Assembly plant is currently underway in preparation for the mid-size electric pickup with a starting price of $30,000. Reducing costs is going to be a key element of Ford's future success. Do you think they can do it? BP Pulse, the electric vehicle charging arm of energy giant British Petroleum, has officially opened a new 40-bay fast charging hub 3 miles from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. The site is one of Illinois' largest public EV charging stations and features a mix of Alpatronic 400 kilowatt and Tritium 150 kilowatt DC fast charging dispensers compatible with 32 CCS and 8 NACS connectors. Located adjacent to a BP-branded gas station, the hub offers drivers amenities including a covered canopy, free Wi-Fi, a convenience store, coffee shop, and restaurants. It marks BP Pulse's 6th major airport-adjacent hub in the U.S. this year, following similar facilities near airports in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Boston, Fort Lauderdale, and Houston. By strategically placing our hubs in high-demand locations like airports, we're making it easier for drivers to access the fast and reliable charging they need, said Sujay Sharma, CEO of BP Pulse. The project received support from a $500,000 rebate from local utility ComEd and a $320,000 grant from the Illinois EPA's Driving a Cleaner Illinois program. BP Pulse said they aim to reach 100,000 charging points by 2030. Volkswagen Group-backed but technically independent auto brand Scout Motors secured its first crucial win with approval to sell vehicles directly to consumers in the state of Colorado. The state's Motor Vehicle Dealer Board voted 6-2 to grant Scout a dealer license, allowing the company to bypass traditional franchised dealerships and operate its own sales outlets like Rivian, Tesla, and Lucid have already done there. The license, valid through October 31st of 2026, enables Scout to sell new, used, and wholesale vehicles in the state. The board ruled that Scout is not a same-line manufacturer as Volkswagen, Audi, or Porsche, despite VW's financial backing, qualifying it under Colorado's laws that permit certain electric vehicle makers to sell directly. Scout, which plans to launch its electric Traveler SUV and Terra pickup in 2027 from a new plant in South Carolina, hailed the decision as a key step towards its consumer-focused direct-to-consumer model. But the victory comes against a backdrop of opposition from dealer groups. The Colorado Automobile Dealers Association expressed concerns, arguing that Scout's ties to Volkswagen represent an attempt to circumvent franchise laws. While no lawsuit has been filed in Colorado, dealer associations in California and Florida pursued legal action earlier this year, challenging Scout's independence and seeking to force sales through existing VW dealer networks. The Colorado approval marks an early regulatory win for Scout as it navigates franchise laws nationwide, with production and broader sales rollout still years away. We attended the unveiling of the Terra and Traveler and created an in-depth video on the brand, explaining the company's heritage, structure, and outlining their game plan, including direct sales. We think it's one of the most informative videos we've published, and you can watch it from our link in this video's description. Our fight at the Michigan State Capitol for consumer choice against dealership cartels was a catalyst for us to start this channel. Variety in the marketplace is a win for car buyers. Following Tesla's fight, EV truck competitor Rivian has been working on the same challenge for many years and is still banned from selling in about a dozen states with single-digit location restrictions in a dozen more. Do you think the brands will join legal forces and break through in 2026? Volkswagen has confirmed it will not import the 2026 model year IDBuzz electric van into the United States, according to a Reddit post which revealed dealer communications about the discontinuation of the model just 1 year after the long wheelbase IDBuzz launched in North America for 2025. A Volkswagen spokesperson stated to CarScoops, following a careful assessment of current EV market conditions, we have made the strategic decision not to move forward with the model year 26 IDBuzz production for the US market. While some dealers initially informed customers the model was fully discontinued, Volkswagen pushed back, stating they told dealers, "This approach allows us to focus on resources more effectively on current inventory and supporting your retail performance throughout the remainder of model year 2025, ensuring a strong foundation as we prepare for the model year 2027 transition next year." Volkswagen has sold 4,934 units of the Buzz in the first 3 quarters of 2025. Factors contributing to slow sales include a starting price around $60,000 influenced by tariffs and a modest EPA range of up to 234 miles. Carfax shows over 1,600 unsold IDBuzz in stock today. Much like the F-150 Lightning, they are readily available now, but dealers are reportedly offering discounts on remaining stock. At what price would you consider buying an IDBuzz? I know there have been a lot of headlines regarding the cancellation or postponement of several EVs throughout the year. Sometimes the sentiment can cloud the larger truth. 2025's year-to-date sales are 2.1% higher than last year in the United States, and last year was the best year for EVs by a wide margin. Obviously, we are a pro-electric transportation network, but I do try to minimize editorial on the current. That said, I consider it a healthy business for unsustainable models, brands, and technologies to exit the market. Great vehicles at great prices sell very well. When worthy competitors participate on an even playing field, consumers win and electric vehicles will continue to earn market share as internal combustion continues to lose market share. Legacy automakers can survive only if they engineer and produce truly compelling EVs, which are engineered and manufactured profitably, just as Tesla and several Chinese automakers have proven. Last week, over on the Miss GoElectric Industry channel, we published our Ionna Charging Network Media Day coverage, which includes an interview with CEO Seth Cutler. If you want to see how they plan to roll out 30,000 charging bays by 2030, tour their headquarters, and get a sense for the real-world rechargery experience, see our link to that video in the description below. On another note, we're going to be making some updates to the Miss GoElectric network for the new year. We are approaching 100 consecutive weekly episodes of The Current and are grateful for your consistent viewership since this show launched. On average, more than 13,000 viewers tune in weekly, but that number is not growing. Without consistent sponsorship or backing by a publication, the program is not financially sustainable, so we are actively considering how to increase its reach and value for you in 2026. This week, we have begun the rollout of some new features. The first is already live. At MissGoElectric.com, you can now search a complete archive of every story we've ever published in The Current. The second is a casual, interactive live stream follow-up to The Current. We'll start the broadcast at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, December 21st, 2025, here on YouTube. Together, producer Tim and I will host a live 30-minute session speaking candidly on the week's news, responding to some of the episode's comments, and messages in the live chat. If the session is fruitful, it might become a regular occurrence as part of a membership tier we are considering for 2026. We'd love to hear your ideas for improving The Current and steering it towards profitability. Please sound off in the comments. Well, these have been our top EV news stories for this week. We hope you'll consider sharing and subscribing if you found value in our coverage. Thank you for watching, happy holidays, and until next time, drive, fly, ride. Go electric.